Welcome back. Today let's talk about badminton and playing cards and other games. Everyone does not understand where a sweet, cooperative, shy kid is coming from. Some people just see us as suckers to be taken advantage of. Others look through us or look down at us. A lot of people would just ignore us, treat us like NPCs, the non player characters in video games. One could compare this to the extras on movie sets. Just a few people milling around on the set to make the shot look authentic. But they are nobody really, and nobody is looking at them. All eyes are on the MVP, the star, the most valuable player. And in our family, the MVP was Molly. Since birth, Molly was extremely beautiful, with her soft golden curls and fair skin. Yes, I know it's not politically correct to speak like that now, but I'm narrating about a time when it was common to speak and express using such words. Molly had the opposite problem from me. She was only too ready to grab credit whether it was due or not. I had such painfully low self esteem that I could not and would not take credit for anything, and I readily accepted evidence that proved I was a nobody. Meaning, my locus of control was external if anything good, such as an accomplishment, could be attributed to me. I felt any credit for good performance by me went to chance, not skill. For instance, once while playing Carrom, I started scoring really well, with one coin after the other landing in the net. The first time it happened, my sisters laughed and said it was a fluke. The second, third, and even fourth time, they said the same thing. And I continued on my streak. Coin after coin was going straight to the net. And I just accepted them saying that it was all fluke. I internalized that it was not me, that I could not take credit for that amazing performance in the game. After several such shots, I still could not get myself to believe that I was playing well because of any skill in the game. And I continued telling myself that all those amazing shots were fluke shots. Soon enough, I lost my winning streak and started playing badly again, back to the status quo. I had psyched myself into playing badly. On the contrary, if I was consistently good at something and always won, that game was no longer played at home. We used to play a few card games as kids during vacations. One of them was bluff. For some inexplicable reason, I was really good at this game and always won. I rarely won in anything, and bluff was something I won at consistently. Ruby was a type A aggressive personality who always liked to win. Like I had mentioned before, mom had told her that she had no excuse to not always excel in everything, and she strove to always be the best at whatever she did. If we kids or even the entire family were playing any card or board game and Ruby lost, she would be furious. And if I won the game, it added insult to injury. That made Ruby's defeat even more crushing, that she was defeated by the stupid one, the dullest one in the house. When I won while playing bluff, Ruby would fling her cards up in the air in a rage and would yell something as she walked away in disgust. I remember feeling intense anxiety and I went to apologize to her, apologize for winning, like I had done something wrong. Nobody apologized to me when I was defeated. I would just accept it and things moved on. But that was expected of me considering I was the dumbest one. If Ruby won, she would cheer in great joy. But I could not celebrate my victory. Victories for me were anyway few and far between. But I could not bask in the glory. That joy was denied to me, cut short by anxiety. Because the overpowering feeling on winning any game against my siblings was that of anxiety and guilt. So I was just the filler player, just there to be in the game, to add to the numbers. They did not like it if I won. And so, we stopped playing bluff because Ruby never won at it and I almost always won. When we played badminton as little kids, we each had our own rackets, the wooden rackets of the time, and our own shuttlecocks. In the 80s, all the shuttlecocks we had were made from feathers, not plastic, and the feather shuttlecocks deteriorated way faster than the plastic ones. When Ruby's shuttlecocks wore off, she needed my pristine ones to play with. Mine would be untouched mostly. But I was a poor player and it was no fun to play with me. I could barely and rarely connect racket to shuttle. So Ruby devised a strategy to use my shuttle and yet not have to play much with me. Ruby played with another player of her level and I was the third player. I would keep waiting for my turn while the two girls played happily. Finally, when it would be my turn, I would be out within a few seconds because I couldn't hit well. I guess Ruby felt it was too tedious to help me improve my game, and she enjoyed playing with others who were at her level of skill. So I would stand on the sidelines for most of the game, watching the two girls use my shuttlecock till it was not usable anymore. I had a similar fate in Langdi. Langdi was a game where you hopped on one leg and tried to catch the other kids who ran normally on both legs. I could not even catch up with these kids when I ran with both my legs, let alone when I was hopping on one leg. I remember trying my hardest, giving it my all, and still failing to get anyone out. Such evidence collected over time was very disheartening. It was entrenched in my mind that I was the runt of the litter and would always remain lesser than, less important than the others, less smart, less pretty, less bright, less strong, just overall a lesser person. But sometimes, just sometimes, someone would recognize me for who I really was, a sweet, shy kid. Our township did have security guards scattered around, but they were not of much use since the main road was used as a thoroughfare. The entrance gate was more symbolic than anything else. So people such as salesmen could freely walk into our township. One evening, when all of us kids were downstairs playing, a bunch of young adults, young people, walked up to us. They were conducting a survey about the kind of stuff kids read for entertainment, comic books, magazines, and the like. I was breathless with excitement at this new turn of events in our routine evening. The kids huddled around these young people, and the people conducting the survey started asking questions, one kid at a time. We were about a dozen kids or so, and I stayed on the fringes. I stayed back. I guess I was just used to being invisible. The guys had filled plenty of survey forms, and I was happy to just stay on the fringes of the group, observing the goings on joyfully. I was just happy to be around. Once all the kids were done and I was the only one left, I thought the guys would leave. But one of the guys had noticed me hiding in the back. He spoke kindly to me and said they needed one more questionnaire to be filled. And would I please oblige? I shyly declined. He asked again. We did this little dance a few times. He could clearly see how excited I was throughout and how happy I was, and that I was just shy and needed to be drawn out of my shell. He did not just walk away because I was too shy. He was patient and sweet. Finally, I agreed to participate in the survey and was super happy that I did. It has been decades now, and yet I remember the kind stranger who did not have to be nice to me, but he chose to. He put that extra effort and showed some kindness to a little kid, and for some time I was not invisible among adults. On the other hand, we had people like Emma, Belinda, and Brenda, and Amy. I'll tell you about them in the next episode. Till then, stay healthy, stay happy. That's all for now. Bye.